The British gals have been eating again.
Good evening, Mademoiselle Nakimura. Jean told me you are staying in room 25 with Monsieur Knight.
I bet he did.
I am Simone, Mademoiselle. I hope you will enjoy your visit.
Thanks. Have you seen anything, I don't know, curious around town lately?
Ah, oui, Mademoiselle.
What?
Someone has bought a chicken. It is making my mother crazy, this chicken. It comes to the garden, it eats her seeds. I do not know who is the owner of this chicken, but I know my mother. This chicken will be in the soup pot one night.
Well, it happens to the best of us. Do you know anything about the treasure, Simone?
Well, I have seen many treasure seekers come and go, Mademoiselle, but I have never thought much of the idea myself. But there is a museum if...
Yeah, I know. Thanks anyway. Simone works nights. I can't imagine what Jean does in the evening. In fact, I'd rather not try.
What do you care anyway? You said you weren't interested.
I'm not. That doesn't mean I care to watch you belly up to the trough. Besides, you're just setting yourself up for a fall. Gracie doesn't like you that way.
Oh? And what kind of guy would she like?
I don't know. Younger, maybe? Good-looking? A nice guy? She deserves a nice guy.
Which explains her alleged attraction to you.
Oh, that's purely chemical. Poor kid. See, I've got this pheromone thing going on.
Yeah, I tried not bathing myself once, but my coworkers got a little upset about it.
Oh, ha, ha, ha. You never could stand my success with women.
No, it was how you screwed with women that I couldn't stand.
Ah, back off, Lancelot.
Yeah, I guess we better talk about something else before I get worked up.
Hello, boys.
Oh, Madeline.
Hey.
Oh, you are already dining. How disappointing. I was hoping to spend some time with you. And especially with you, Gabriel.
Well, we could make room.
But I must change. The night is just beginning. Will I see you when I come down?
Wouldn't miss it.
Sure.
Then I will be extra quick. A bientôt!
Man, is she hot for you. Whew. Where'd that come from?
Pheromones.
Christ. You gonna go for it?
Why not? Sex worked for Bond.
But Grace is in your room.
Yeah, what did I tell you? Having her around is like wearing a freaking chastity belt. But Madeline doesn't have a roommate.
Well, go for it, I guess.
I can't believe what he said to Mosley. Wow. I'm gonna have to think about that one. I just don't want to talk to either one of them. Well, Mosley always did have a thing for me. Guess I've been pretty insensitive about it. Of course, I've learned from a pro. Bukele's dining early. Good evening, Signore Bukele.
And to you, Miss Nakimura.
Have you quite recovered from this afternoon?
See, with a little help from the vine.
But Kaylee's dining early. Oh, they close at 5. I better hurry. Oh, they're closed. Shoot! There's something taped to the door. Oh my God! It's a copy of Le Serpent Rouge! That's the envelope Le Serpent Rouge came in. Someone taped it to the door of the museum. I wonder who could have left this at the museum. This riddle is fascinating. You can almost see what it's hinting at. I really want to solve it. I lay down the path of Ra and was illuminated. What's the path of Ra? Maybe I should try a search and see what Sydney has to say about Ra. There is a fingerprint on it. The 4 angels make a tilted square. The Latin on the 4 angels, Par se signe tu les vaincras, can be translated as, by this sign shall you conquer him or it, or by this sign shall you win him or it. The 4 angels themselves are a classic Catholic motif, showing the positions of the hands during genuflection, though some have argued that these angels are not referring to the genuflection at all. Jesus, as he's being anointed by his cousin the Baptist, gazes placidly downward. Germain is a local saint from Pibroch, France. Her stepmother starved her, beat her, and forced her to live with the sheep. Despite this cruelty, Germaine remained loving and prayerful. The statue depicts an incident in which Germaine was caught by her stepmother smuggling something in her apron. The mother grabbed at the apron and found it contained flowers, though it was the dead of winter. Germaine claimed they were from God. She is the patron saint of abused children and poverty. Saint Roche, along with Saint Germain, is one of two regional saints in the church. Roche was the son of a governor of Montpellier. He went to Rome and cared for plague victims, curing many miraculously. He is invoked against pestilence and plague and is the patron saint of invalids. Saint Anthony with book and staff. Saint Anthony, circa 468 AD, longed for a life of quiet meditation, but he was forced to move to ever more remote locales to escape his growing followers. He finally fled to Larens, Gaul, also in the Languedoc, and it was here that he died. The Magdalene statue in the church is depicted with a cross of branches, the silver vase of healing balm, and a skull at the saint's feet. The oddity of this statue lies in its unusual juxtaposition of the Magdalene and the skull, a relationship uncommon in religious art. There are 3 similar Magdalene with skull statues in 3 other churches in the immediate area: Saint-Just-et-les-Bézous, Bougarac, and Custauza. Saint Anthony of Padua was a Franciscan monk who converted many heretics. He is most famous for a vision he had of the baby Jesus. The lily in his hand represents purity. He is the patron saint of lost items. Behind the altar can be seen the Holy Family. Saint Joseph with infant and the Virgin with infant. Some have speculated on the oddity of there being 2 infants depicted. The altar represents the elements found in the Magdalene statue and adds new ones. The Magdalene appears to be in a cave. At her knees is a skull, and she gazes fixedly upon a slight cross made from branches. But on this cross one can see a new living twig growing forth. Could this refer to the living offshoot of Christianity? Or... I've already got one. Ha! Even Gabriel isn't that low. Hello? Abbe Arnaud?
Come in.
Come in, Miss Nakimura.
Thanks. Abbe Arnaud. He must be interested in the mystery, or why would he be in a little town like this? I was reading about the Magdalene statue in the church pamphlet.
Interesting, isn't it? All 4 of the Magdalene statues still exist.
So, were they related to the local Magdalene cult?
It is possible, but Magdalene has not been represented with a skull anywhere else in the Languedoc. Besides, Saunier placed that statue so prominently, some believe that everything he did in the church relates to the treasure somehow.
The church pamphlet talks about a sunrise line on July 22nd. Does that really happen?
Oh yes, if you stand at the church and look east, the sun rises directly over Chateau de Blanchefort.
Was that intentional, do you think?
Mademoiselle, but of course.
But that would mean someone had to choose the location of Blanchefort quite deliberately. It is younger than the church, isn't it?
But you see, Blanchefort and the church were built on far older ruins. Have you considered the church site, too, may have been positioned deliberately? It would not be the first time the ancients played with light and astronomy. Look at Stonehenge or the Great Pyramids.
Do you think there's a buried treasure around here?
I know there is, my child.
I'd love to get a peek at what he's working on. And I suppose that's out of the question. I wonder who that is. Is he a friend of yours?
Oh yes, I have the privilege to know him. He is Francois, the present Duke of Lorraine. Do you know the family?
I've heard of it.
Well, naturally.
The Abbé really has a thing for this Lorraine family, and they're supposedly of Merovingian descent, just like the Stuarts. Coincidence? I don't think so. I think that's the cemetery out there. No wonder he has the shade down. I'd love to get a peek at what he's working. Ah, a chessboard. The Abbé must play. A chessboard. Now what does that remind me of? Ah, of course! The church floor. Black and white tiles. You have a lot of books on the area.
Yes, but I'm afraid I never lend books to anyone. With such a transient population, they never return.
No, I wasn't... fine. Abbé Arnaud. That door must lead into the parsonage. What a weird setup. I better get going. Thanks, Abbé Arnaud.
It's a pleasure to be of service, mademoiselle.
Crowning the apse is the large bas-relief of the Beatitude Sermon, the Sermon on the Mount. Notice the incongruity of the bag of gold and the rose-strewn hill. That's the Abbé's office. I don't need to talk to the Abbé right now. Oh, no thanks. I was raised Buddhist. We believe in karma. Getting rid of... Pilot's servant is black. That seems odd. Not sure what that could mean, though. I don't see anything that might be a clue in this one. That guy with the skirt looks like Hermes. That's probably just my imagination, though. What is that kite-shaped thing in the background? A flag or something related to the riddle? I don't see anything that might be a clue in this one. That shield has a distinctive shape. Circle. Relevant? Maybe, maybe not. I don't see anything that might be a clue in this one. There's almost a pattern there, but I'm not sure what it is. I don't see anything that might be a clue in this one. Well, that figure in the back left is a little odd, but I don't know what to make of him. I might be imagining things, but isn't there a hint of a star shape in this one? Particularly at Jesus' legs? That's weird. Doesn't the guy who's carrying the body look just like St. Anthony the Hermit? It must be a coincidence. No, I don't see any sign of prints. Wow, aren't those beautiful? Emilio looks like he's recovered. How are you feeling, Mr. Baza?
Oh, much better, thank you.
It was quite a shock, wasn't it?
What was?
The two dead men?
The two... Oh, of course. Yes, it really was a shock. Are you quite all right, Miss Nakamura?
You know, you're the first person who's asked me that.
Sometimes it is easier for a stranger to be polite than a friend. But don't let me keep you. I'm sure you have better things to do.
Emilio looks like he's recovered. A chicken! Gabe's the psychic one. Emilio wrote that in the dirt at Poussin's tomb. Emilio wrote, some. It's either some or maybe sum, Latin. Neither one makes any sense to me at the moment. I copied these symbols down from the robes at Chateau de Serres. Maybe I should see if Sydney can do anything with these. I got this fingerprint from the envelope that Le Serpent Rouge came in. Maybe I can figure out who left it at the museum. I should scan this into Sydney and see if it matches any of the prints in our suspect database. Wow. There's a hidden message in the text. Shepherdess no temptation that Poussin Teniers hold the key. Peace 681, by the cross and this horse of God, I complete this demon guardian at midday. Or to the meridian, blue apples. I think I'll write that cipher down. Scion. These parchments must be linked to the priory somehow. I'm sure this fingerprint belongs to Montreux, the owner of the Chateau de Serres vineyards. I should scan this into Sydney.
Working.
shoot. Whoever's print that is, we don't have them in the database yet. I guess I'll try again later, when we've got more prints.
Working.
In my arduous search, I was trying to hack away with my sword through the dense vegetation of the woods like some pawn of destiny. I wanted to reach the place of the sleeping beauty, in which some poets can see the queen of a lost kingdom. Desperate to find the way, I laid down the path of Ra and was illuminated. I lay down the path of Ra and was illuminated. What's the path of Ra? Maybe I should try a search and see what Sydney has to say about Ra. Very cool. I was further aided by the parchments of my friend. They murmur of the lady. Long ago her name was Isis, queen of the benevolent springs. Come to me, all you who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Others knew her as Magdalene with the celebrated vows of healing balm. The initiated knew her to be the Lady of the Lake and Notre Dame de Cross. The circle is the ring, and the crown forms the diadem of the queen of the castle. There are 4 statues of Magdalene with the skull and 4 names for Magdalene given in Pisces: Isis, Magdalene, Lady of the Lake, and Notre Dame de Cross. And the part about the circle forms the ring? It must be talking about locating the treasure geographically. Maybe there's some circle around here. Okay, let's see, there are 4 statues and 4 names for Magdalene in Pisces. I have a feeling those statues are important, but is it the statues themselves or their location that matters? Incredible! It's Magdalene's crown. I'll write those coordinates down. It looks like they're at l'Hermitage.
I'm ready. Does anyone want to go out? We could drive to the bar at Rennes-le-Bain.
Sure.
What about Grace?
Oh, she's busy with her research. She'll be in the room for... Oh, hey, Grace. Want to go to Rennes-les-Bains with us?
No, thank you.
See, told ya.
Maybe I'll hang out too.
We need you, right, Madeline?
Of course. Do come with us, please.
All right. Grace, see ya.
Don't work too hard. Get some dinner.
Oh, you bet. Jerk.
Buonanotte, signori Vasa.
Good evening.
Would you care for some wine?
No, thank you. I may have some water in a bit.
At least Bukele has Emilio to keep him company. I don't have anything brilliant to say to them at the moment. They still look a little shook up from this afternoon. How you feeling, Lady Howard? Better, I hope.
Oh, don't remind me. Such horrors! One takes a vacation for ease, for comfort. What does one find? Horrors!
Don't think about it, Lily.
I'm sorry. How's dinner? The tomato sauce smells divine.
Oh, I do believe I'll be ill.
Lily, please. Have some water, there's a good girl. Thank you for stopping by, Miss Nakamura.
Sure. Sorry. Bye. They still look a little shook up from this afternoon. I think I better leave them alone. I think that's the kitchen back there. I'm on vacation. I don't do kitchens. Queen's guard is the quaternity, they who stand watch over the guardian. I look to the north and the west, then the south and the east, and everywhere I see them, their shining swords held out to meet each other. Saint Michael and his brothers, with their feet rooted in the earth, they surround the Ias that none may harm her, and stand pressed against her in a way that Pythagoras would have approved. Okay, the queen is the circle, I think. Her guard is the quaternity. North, west, south, then east. Those are directions, so something is surrounding her. Saint Michael and his brothers. A tilted square represents the light, along with the circle. That must be the part about the cant reflects the light in harmony with their queen. So, we're looking for a tilted square. We're supposed to square the circle on the map. But how? In the sanctuary is the font, fountain of love of those who believe, reminding us of these words, "By this sign you will conquer." I understand this now. The four are the stuff of the alchemist's laboratory, and their cant reflects the light in harmony with their queen. And yet the angels hold tight the secret of the angle that is the key to the kingdom. My friend knows the secret, but wisely he hides the fruit among the chaff, that the treasure not be lost to the infidels. I'm sure that square is the right size, but I'm not sure what angle it's at in relation to the meridian. Maybe Taurus can help. In the sanctuary is the font, fountain of love of those who believe, reminding us of these words, "By this sign you will conquer." I understand this now. The 4 are the stuff of the alchemist's laboratory, and their cant reflects the light in harmony with their queen. And yet the angels hold tight the secret of the angle that is the key to the kingdom. My friend knows the secret, but wisely he hides the fruit among the chaff, that the treasure not be lost to the infidels. How do I tilt the square? It says, my friend knows the secret, but wisely hides the fruit among the chaff. Who's my friend? Is it talking about the parchments again? That's the blue apple cipher that Sydney found in one of the Saunier parchments. Taurus says, my friend hides the fruit among the chaff. If the blue apple's bit is the fruit, perhaps the piece 681 by the cross and this horse of God part is the chaff. In other words, a red herring. So I complete this spirit guardian, okay, that must be the square, at midday or to the meridian, blue apples. Blue apples! That's what the old lady at Chateau de Serres said to me. She meant grapes. Could blue apples be referring to vineyards? Serres itself? I wrote these coordinates down from the map in Sydney. These numbers give the exact latitude and longitude of any given point on the map. It would be great if I could coordinate them with the exact latitude and longitude out in the valley itself, but how? To the meridian blue apples. In other words, to the meridian from the vineyard.
I'm simply not up for another boring night in our room. I mean, I realise this is not the Riviera, but surely something can be done.
A little quiet would be good for you after today's excitement. And we can go over the...
No, not that. My brain hurts already. I say there, Signore Buchelli. Are you up for bridge?
Con molto piacere. It would be a pleasure.
Now what about a fourth? You there, Miss... Oh, bother.
It's Grace.
Of course it is. Won't you join us for bridge, Grace?
Oh, no, thank you. Why don't you ask...
What about Mr. Wilkes? Where is Mr. Wilkes?
I was just wondering that myself, Signora. I haven't seen him since he left the hotel this afternoon.
What a bother. How unsociable people are these days. No manners whatsoever. I say, Mr. Barzer, would you join us?
I would be happy to oblige.
I think Buchelli was drinking the wine. I don't need it. That's Buchelli's glass, and Gabriel already took his print. That's Emilio's glass. I guess he doesn't care for wine. No thanks. I don't need Emilio's dirty glass. Not a single print. Now, isn't that odd? That's Emilio's glass. I guess he doesn't care for wine. I already tried that. There weren't any prints. Ugh, they really need to clean these tablecloths. They seem to be enjoying themselves. I have got other things to do. I don't want to interrupt their game. I don't want to interrupt their game. Now, if I'm right about that fruit reference, the square should align somehow with the Ceres meridian line. Yeah, Yes, that must be it. The mosaic tiles of the sacred place alternate black or white, and Jesus, like Asmodeus, observes their alignment. I can find 64 stones of the perfect cube, which the knights of the Beauty of the Black Wood had scattered when they fled from the White Fort while they were being pursued by the usurpers. Reassemble the scattered stones and, working with square and compass, put them into ranks. The knightly order of the perfect cube fits within and gives structure to Our Lady's protector, the Heavenly Quartet. I think the 64 stones represent a chessboard, a grid or perfect cube of 8 by 8 blocks. It must go on the map somehow. Knights, pawns, queens, rooks. They're all mentioned in the Serpent Rouge. The 64 stones must be a chessboard. That's it! That's the chessboard. Way to go, kid.
Hey, Gailey. You seen Madeline?
Of course. She's under my bed.
Huh? Ah, you're being smart, are you? Well, I just thought she might be with that fella of yours. This is his room too, ain't it?
Yes.
Say, since Madeline's not around, you want to have dinner with me?
No.
Oh, come on. I got some celebrating to do. Hey, I'm going to be a rich man after what I found today. You play your cards right, you might learn something.
All right. I'll change and meet you downstairs.
Really? Good, I'll,
Quit it! Knock it off! Is this it?
Just like I said, right?
You said you'd explain it to me. I just don't understand all these technical things.
Shouldn't have got me so damn drunk then.
Oh, come on. I'm dying to hear your theory. No, you said this was taken by satellite?
Damn right.
Seismologists.
Them. Right. They use radar to take satellite pictures all the time. Shows them underground faults and whatnot. No one ever thought to take one here, though, right? So when I sees one of these maps, I says to myself, John, I says, that's the ticket. And I was right, too, huh?
Oh, so the radar bounces off the Earth and the echo is recorded.
What?
I mean, I guess.
Right. So I pays to get one of these pictures done. And baby, I hit the jackpot.
What's this dark area here?
A big old hollow. What you think? Caves, right? But all connected. A huge mother.
So you think this is where the treasure is?
Nah, baby. The treasure's right here.
Oh, Chica!
Hi. I just got back and I was trying to, what are you doing with Wilkes, Grace?
None of your business. And, don't wait up. I'm sure Mosley's back too, and we do have that catching up to do.